Hey, this is Jim. Welcome to Silent Sales Machine Radio. I've got a guest today that I'll introduce to you, bring him on screen in just a moment. He's a guy that's been on the show before, and within the first 90 days of coming into our community, he built a $30,000 a month business. Well, here we are a year later, and exactly 1 year since he started out as one of our Jim Cockrum coaching students. He's built an incredible business and just passed the $500,000 sales mark in his first year. He's just one of these guys that hustles. He's got some incredible strategies and tips that he's going to share with us today, fill you in on his story. He's got an infectious energy. This guy loves God, he loves his family, and he loves his business, and it shows. And it was such a pleasure to hang out with him today. So I'm going to get Oscar on the line here in just a moment. Little point of interest too, he's actually one of our newest moderators in our Facebook group, our free Facebook group that's about to blow past 60,000 members as I record this. It is on fire with success and energy and just incredible culture of support for people who are trying to launch and grow multiple income streams using the internet creatively. That's what we do all day, every day. So if you want to come join us and hang out with the great moderator team, there's about 80 of us, and then the great members of the community who are using the internet creatively every day, not just Amazon, a lot of other cool things coming down the pike. Although we have a whole bunch of Amazon success stories, there's a lot of other things going on in that group as well that you can jump in and enjoy. A lot of ways to use the internet creatively. But let's jump over and get Oscar on the line now. You're really going to enjoy this interview today. He's got some great stuff for us. Let's go. So Oscar, my friend, welcome back to the show.
Thank you for setting this up, and thank God for the opportunity to be able to share what He's doing in our life, and hopefully this will inspire others and help them to join the joy and the blessing that the Lord is providing from our end. So we want to use our testimony to bless others with. So,
well said. Well said. Yeah, God is good, man. And he's been blessing your business and many others in this community. And it's just incredible to jump on these calls and hear the stories. Now, like I said earlier, you've been a guest before, and we'll stick in the show notes the first time you were on the show. But I want to pick up the story from here. You've got some exciting updates. Some great things have been happening, maybe some new lessons or new strategies you've learned along the way. I want folks to get to know Oscar a little bit better. You've turned into a bit of a celebrity in our community. And I think it's, yes, your business success is a big piece of it, but you've just got this infectious joy and energy as well. And I'm so appreciative of that. Just you share your heart, man, and you share from the heart. So God bless you, man. Tell us a little bit more about you.
Yeah, my name is Oscar Mutombo, obviously, for those who will be the first time, but for those who have heard, I think it should be podcast episode 218.
Oh, wow. Good job. I hadn't done my homework. 218. Okay.
218. 218. I had an opportunity to share similar that we share today, but that was a 3-month result. And today I am on 12-month, 1 year mark. So I used to be a newbie 9 months ago. After 12 months, I think I feel like I'm not a newbie anymore. So
yeah,
that's what we'll be sharing today.
You're a seasoned pro, 1 year into the journey. Yeah, beautiful. And you've been sending me some screenshots of your results. You're doing great, man. You're just doing beautiful.
Yeah, it has been a good journey. Obviously, just to give a quick back, my name is Oscar. Obviously, I'm still working full-time job as an engineer. I thank God for the opportunity of that kind of role, which it has been great doing that for over 20 years now. And we started this business because of the desire and the vision that God has put in our heart. And the only way to be able to put that vision in practice and into realization is really to dive into business. And that's how that's how this started, from the heart side. And then I was in other Facebook group for if other people will know Dave Ramsey. That way I was doing the financial thing that was from the church and whatnot. And then when we finished the class, and so the next thing was, well, you need to make more money to be able to pay off the debt. And obviously you move forward from that point forward without that and so on. So that's how it triggered the next step. So when we finished, so in that first group, at the Facebook group of Dave Ramsey, that's when I really didn't know where to start. So I just threw a question in there to say, hey, does anybody knows somebody who has the heart of a teacher that can help me to learn a business and to sell online? Specifically, I wanted something online because I knew that's where the trend in the future is going. And there was an overwhelming feedback from the people in that group. I mean, there is almost about 150,000 people in that group. So I had a lot of responses. And out of those responses, I filtered them. Most of those people were sending me links and names of Jim Cochran, and I never knew who this person is in my life. So out of that, one of those responses, somebody actually went ahead and sent me an actual link to Jim Cochran website. That's how I joined. I mean, I look at the website, I look it up, I look at the reviews, I look at the success. That's the part that triggered held me like down. I'm like, whoa, it was like a rain of successful stories. I was like, man, this is juicy. In one hand, juicy in one hand, I was like, is this genuine? I mean, I don't know who this person is. Right. But I had that peace inside me, giving me that assurance inside, like, this is genuine, go for it. And obviously, I trust the people who also recommended. And I use my faith. I say, well, God, I will go with this. And from there, I pick up a call. There was a phone number. I called that number. And straight up, I'm like, I need to do coaching because already I've read the story of other people and so forth. I figured, okay, this is what I need. And I called. I said, I need to do coaching. I need somebody to coach me through how to do this. And that's how I called and signed up. And I was like, quick, call me in, explain. I said, yeah, let's do it. I signed up. And 2 days later, I had a coach that was assigned to me. And I have a backup coach, which they call what?
Yeah, we have you call it a backup coach. Yeah, basically you can call us anytime if you got a quick question, if you're in our coaching program. Yeah. And it's it's response on demand. So you have an assigned coach, and then you can also call anytime, and you've got a backup coach is a good way to put it. And it's our entire team that kind of fills in and helps out. And after doing this for 17 years, it's kind of hard to stump us on any question you might have. We've got someone in our group, in our leadership team, and they're all smarter than me. Sometimes people think I'm the guy to go to get answers around here. I'm the wrong guy. If I'm good at something, it's surrounding myself with people who are smarter than I am. Mm-hmm. And so our coaching team is just incredible. And, I've been doing this a long time, but they blow me away and I learn things from them all the time. So, so you got into the coaching program pretty fast. That's unusual. Yeah. We don't usually encourage that. We want people to take their time, investigate, maybe buy the proven Amazon course, which is very inexpensive, and start testing that way. But you jumped right in and you said, no, I believe the advice of these friends in the Dave Ramsey Facebook group. And so you called us and boom. And if Dave Ramsey, if you're listening, hey, buddy, let's work more closely together, my friend. We've done this for years, sent people each other's direction. He didn't. I don't know if he even knows who I am, but I've certainly sent a lot of people his way, and he's sent a lot of people my way, maybe accidentally, because his community. There's a lot of people in his community that are aware of what we do here. But I'm loving the update on the story, man. So keep it going, buddy.
Yeah, obviously. And I came in and I went straight. I know, obviously, I didn't have a benchmark, something to compare with. I just went in with whatever was in my head, in my heart. I just called and they did explain to me. They gave me a quick detail like, hey, you can take step, you can do this, you can do that. And then I said, I want coaching. That's all I need. And so, well, it's a buffet of knowledge. Go for it. And I took, I had a coach and we started right away. walk me through the process. Obviously, back to the pack, all step by step, like watch like basic video like Amazon one-on-one, and take you through the arbitrage like online and the retail, and learn all those steps, like those baby steps, to really understand the fundamentals before you can begin to fly. And the coach was really good, which I really, even today, most people, when they would ask me, I always tell them, I can only give you what I have. This is what I did, but it does not mean this is the only one. But this is what I did. So I have a lot to say about coaching than anything else, but it does not mean coaching is the only one. We have other programs that are also as successful, good
That's
as
right.
coaching.
Coaching isn't for everyone.
Yeah.
It's for someone who's ready to take action quickly. You've got a little bit of money to invest, because we only use really good, high quality people to coach on our team. That means you're going to have to pay to get their time and attention.
Right.
We're not paying someone $7 an hour to read a script off of a piece of paper, right? I mean, that's how some coaching programs work. It's like, no, that's not what we do. You're going to build a relationship with someone who's got a viable, successful business up and running.
Yeah.
That's who our coaches are. So it's hard to get their time and attention without paying a little bit of cash. So that's why we have to charge what we do. But from your experience, the coaching was phenomenal, and we've been doing this a long time. I love hearing these stories pop in. But so maybe take us forward in time, Oscar, to, we haven't talked to you in about 9 months on this podcast. Take us through that journey. What's happened, and has your business grown? How do you fit all this in to your schedule too? Because you're still working full time, which surprises me. That's awesome, because you're putting up great numbers.
Yes. So fast forward 3 months. Obviously, the first month that I joined, my first sales was last year, June. The first month I did $10,000. I did not think even for a million years that I would do that. But hey, the first month I did 10, the second month I did 20, the third month I did 30,000. That's what we were discussing on podcast 218.
That's right. That's where we met you, was the 30,000 month number 3.
Yes.
Yeah.
Today we are
taken off quick.
Today we are in month 12, 1 year cycle. We are just over $500,000 in sales, which anybody or the coach or anybody told me that I would do that in 12 months, I wouldn't have believed it.
It's actually probably illegal for us to promise such a thing, because we can't promise such a thing, but we can certainly introduce you to students who are doing these things.
Let me do something real quick. I'm going to run a quick number. Let's see right now, real time, where I am. Real time. Come on, baby. Let's do this. Real time, set this. So I don't know if the camera is looking gray, or you can see clear?
It's whited out. It's blanked out. Yeah. Man. I don't know if we'll be able to. Yeah, it's too bright maybe.
I will send it to you, Jim.
We'll trust you. We'll stick a screenshot in the show notes. What are you looking at? What's your number?
I am standing on 508,000 in 12 months.
For the 12 month. Wow.
Yeah, 500,000.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
That's total sales.
Total sales just over $500,000.
Margin in there. What's your profit margin?
Oh, I am very tight on my profit. I do not do anything less than 30,000. Actually, the actual percentage I finished the year with, which I work on the number, was 31%. Net profit after expenses. I will explain how do I do that.
Sure, go ahead. Talk us through that.
Okay, we can jump around. That's fine. So now that we're here, so how do I do that kind of number? Obviously, a lot of sales. In terms of profit, this is what I do. I learned, what the word? Half inch in and wide, mile wide.
Inch deep, mile wide. A lot of different products. Yes.
Yeah. So today I have 1,860 listing in my catalog. Out of that, I have about 920 that are active today.
Okay.
So you can see how stretched I have it.
Right. Diversified.
Yes. And in those, the most listing that has a lot of product is 10, not more. And I do not cut my prices going down. What do you call it? Whatever. Cutting. I do not cut my prices. Meaning, should the price go down, no worries. I have another 900 to. So the one listing go like the tanking the price. Everybody's cutting. Let them go. I have another 900 to depend on. So that's how my mindset goes. If I set my price at X, I might adjust it a little bit. Once I hit 30% margin, I stop. I don't care how much it goes down. It will eventually back up in a week or 2 or 3. I have another 800 to 900 listing to depend on. So that's how I don't have to panic.
A recent podcast episode interviewed a couple, and they said the solution, if you're worried about a race to the bottom on some of your products and the pricing kind of going down because other sellers are dropping their price, keep your price where it is. And the solution is get some other products in there. Eventually, the price, like you said, will come back up. A lot of these prices are cyclical. Everyone else will sell out because their prices are low. There goes yours now, right?
Exactly.
Especially if there's no expiration date on the product. So you can just sit back and wait.
And the swing is normally just, obviously, I'm learning the last 12 months. The swing does not take that long. You might have 25 people selling the same product. The price begin to go down. They are going down in speed. If you would just hold on for 3, 4, 5 days, they will all sell out and you sell your product back to a regular price. You don't have to lose. But obviously, I learned that skill over time, not the first day. So,
sure. So do you have a team, Oscar, or is it pretty much all your business?
This far, I do not have any team. Everything happens with my hand. My wife jumps in. She works full-time too. She does help mostly on Saturday, the day that we're shipping. My daughter does help from time to time, but 80% of all that I do it with my own hand, plus a full-time job. So it's super busy.
You hustle. You hustle, my friend.
That's the right word. Hustle is really, I do not have any time. I do not watch TV. I just don't do much at all except working. So I know it's not sustainable. I know it's not sustainable for the long time, but this is what I have to do now. And
I think one of your next steps might be hiring a shopper and just giving them a list.
Yes. Now my daughter just got a license, I think 2 weeks ago or so. I will begin to test the skill of shopper with her and learn how to do it before we bring somebody because she's excited to do it. So
that's awesome. Yeah. So if you've got a shopping list, you can hand that to anybody and pay them $12 an hour and free up so much of your time.
Yeah.
And now we're talking $1 million business with you working fewer hours. That's the next step for you, I believe, my friend. And I'm excited to see you make it happen. There's no reason you couldn't have $1 million business within the next 6 months or so, from my vantage point, with the margin that you have. And you're working full time, and your wife works full time. Just incredible. I love, man, you're inspiring so many people right now.
I know it's not easy. Anybody who will come in my space, they will think I'm crazy. But I also understand it's not sustainable. But this is what I have to do now. I need to push as much as I can, ultimately for it to grow beyond where I'm going. I think I might I'm already on a cap age of what I can do. I already know that. That if I need to push some more, I might go probably to about 600. But to 700 mark, I think I need help. So
yes, you will, for sure. You will. I know enough about your business. If you're working full time, the strategies that you're using, you're approaching maximum, results with it being just you.
Yeah.
The beauty of building out a system is, man, you can start to replace a lot of the things that you do. So you're packing your own boxes right now.
Yeah, everything. I source, I pack, I do everything.
And you've built a $500,000 business, and that's incredible. But packing a box is not a complex skill. Now, you are an engineer, so I'm sure it's a beautifully packed box. You're probably a Tetris master. Do you play Tetris?
Actually, when I do, no, I don't play that game. But when I do some my bundles, I do get some customers with their review where they will comment on how it was well packaged. And when I
Mm,
see that, I will call my wife and my kid and say, "You see, people are
yes,
appreciating. So we need to do it with delicacy. Make it nice. Like make it really nice and tight, and thinking on how this will be moving from our hand to UPS, Amazon fulfillment centers, back
right.
to UPS again to the customer. So all that cycle. So when we see that, it does encourage us to say, yes, we have to keep on doing that.
That's great. Yeah, but that's something you could teach to someone else
Absolutely.
for
Absolutely.
sure.
I mean, I am learning every single day. I just finished my Replen course, I think last night.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I went through the Replen course. I mean, I polish my craft every day, every time. In our community, I mean, in all the opportunity that I can learn from, I am in, because I don't watch TV. So what entertainment I have? Meaning, when I need to relax, well, I jump into Lisa Life. When she's explaining what I'm there, or I'm into um, um, Legends group. I'm in Legend 2. I'm learning over there. I am constantly feeding my mind with knowledge. And through those communication, let's say most podcasts, as it comes, I will watch it, or whatever other, let's say Jimmy is doing some quick updates, I will watch that, and so forth. All those are wealth of knowledge that they're being shared around, that you can draw knowledge from. And I take advantage of all that. And it adds up. You would think you know until you hear somebody say something, I thought I know that. Actually, that is better. That is easier. Like, this morning, I begin to fiddle with the spreadsheet that Jimmy on the REPLENS shows to use. I don't have anything like that. Out of that course, I begin to, oh, wow, I can do a REPLEN at least, and then I can do this. And I'm like, oh, wow, I have all those now that I can begin to use. How do I learn that? Because I am always in search of learning new stuff.
that's right.
So,
You're always in learning mode.
yeah.
And you mentioned the REPLENS course. I'll stick a link to that in the show notes for the listeners today, silentjim.com/podcast. That's actually one of the modules inside the Proven Amazon course, which is our comprehensive course. And you mentioned the Legends group, which I'm glad you did. We actually just launched. Now, hopefully by the time the listeners are hearing this episode, this offer is still active, but we just launched a $1 for the first month Legends offer. And that is a private Facebook group. It costs $197 per month, but they focus in on just retail arbitrage and online arbitrage strategies. And there's a lot of other things going on in there too. It's kind of like a family, kind of like a little community that focuses in on that model. And for $1 for the first month, you can check it out, try it out. We'll stick that in the show notes as well. But you've basically, what you're sharing with us is you've dove in and you're soaking up all the resources, always in learning mode. And at this point, a year in, you're a real leader in this community. I'm sure there's probably some content that's going to come out of your head at some point, Oscar, that we're going to all benefit from as you've built out these systems and learned these lessons. I'm excited to see what God does through you in this community, man, because you're a natural leader. I could just sit and listen to you talk about your business for hours.
Yeah, no, thank God. Yeah, it's just been a journey. Obviously, I'm learning from others on their feet every time, and also while doing it, I am picking up new. I don't know. I call it tricks. You just kind of new knowledge.
Mhm.
Something that one thing lead you to the next, and then you discover, oh, okay, I can do this. Oh, I didn't know that. And yeah, like to your point, after some time, we're gonna have to put those little knowledge into a format that can be uh, uh, tr- uh, transferred to others.
That's
So
right. Well,
that's
we've recently just made you a moderator in our Facebook group, which is pretty cool. Our free Facebook group is about to pass up 60,000 members. So we always need new, good moderators who love the culture and love this community and are there to serve and support. So I love seeing you ping in there and help out and answer questions and post screenshots of your success. That's been a real blessing to so many. But let's talk about some of those tips and strategies. If there's anything that comes to mind, I didn't prepare you ahead of time for this, but I always like to ask guests, teach us something. What's working right now? Is maybe it's a hot category, maybe it's a sourcing strategy. Like when you're in the store, you do a lot of retail arbitrage, a lot of you're just now getting into replens, which is fascinating because you've built an incredible business. You didn't use the replens model. You've just gone in there and done your research. So talk us through some of the strategies you use in a store to find winners.
Yeah. For some reason, okay, I will speak to the new bees, which I used to be a few months ago. In the beginning, for some reason, I don't know how to put it in word. It seems I had that issue in 1 week only. Thank God. It didn't take that long, where you just kind of blanked out whenever you are in the store, or you just kind of blanked out. You don't see for some reason. And for some reason, after about a week, to others might take a month or more, but it's like it just a veil was removed from my eye. Where I just like something was peed off, just like I begin to see. And now it seems easy, but then obviously to tell others, just you need to persevere, especially in the beginning when you don't see yet. You have to carry on, follow those basic steps. Like you go in the store, like what Jimmy is been teaching us through the replens. Don't type don't scan the product. Type
Don't scan barcodes.
Yeah, stuff like that. And when you don't see, most product might not be you are not authorized to sell yet, probably because you're new. But even if so, it's still hundreds and thousands of products still available you can sell. Start with those, and in the beginning, try to get your foot wet by getting the system 360-degree cycle, meaning you learn to source a product. Even if the profit is small, that's okay. At least you start learning how, in another word, you'd be like greasing the wheels.
That's good. But yes, don't worry about profit on your first few sales.
Yeah.
Just sell a few things. Get used to it.
Yeah, get that first sale to give you a kick of an excitement.
That's right.
You will see on how that would turn you into shopping guru in short period of time. That's what it did to me. When I did my first sale, immediately everything began to work in my head. And you are patient to do that. Scan more product. For me, in terms of category, I am everywhere. So I am in everywhere. Actually, lately, I begin to like more tools, which is like, even my wife will go like, hello. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, these puppies are moving.
So even tools are a hot mover for you. That's awesome. Like you go to hardware stores.
Yeah, I'm going to hardware. So I didn't start there. It's just I'm moving because I am just open. I sell everything and anything that I can make profit on. And because of that, meaning it begin to draw me in different directions. I used to go to Manaus and go like, why people go to Manaus for? And today, when I go in there, find stuff to sell. Tools, especially those do-it-yourself type. Especially those. For some reason, those are the ones that the heart movers. The do-it-yourself. Why? Because somebody's want to paint something. Somebody wanted to unscrew something. So it's amazing. Stuff like that. You go in there, scan them. Do not, and also remove in your mind, I used to be the same too, where you kind of stuck in your head with those, we call them shiny object brand.
Yes, right.
Actually, today, obviously, if it's there, I will do it, but I do not get drawn with those. I normally, here's the hot brand that everybody knows, I turn away, I go this side.
Right. So you go with the boring brands, the
boring brand,
boring products, boring brands, right?
That's golden mine.
That's where the gold is. That's a great tip. That is, because a lot of people come in and I've even seen people ask questions like, how do I sell, name brand electronics? Like,
how can I sell Bobby?
Whoa, there's no money there. The name brand products that you recognize, if they're running a commercial for that product on TV,
no money.
Just don't even try. There's not any money there. It's like the, when you're selling books, for example, we tell people if it's an author that you've heard of, a best-selling author that you've heard of, no, you're not going to make any money selling that book. It's the weird stuff that you look at and say, who would ever read a book about that? That's where the money is, right? Because now you're talking about a rare, find, unusual item. There's plenty of people out there looking for it, but they're not all gathered in one group. Yeah. So that's a great tip. Look for the off-brand, uncommon products, the stuff that you think to yourself, does anyone ever actually buy those things? That's where the money is, right?
That's where the money is. The another one I use is when I walk in a store. I am about 5'11", 6 foot tall. When I walk in a store, the shelf in your eye level, not there. Look up and look down. Bottom of the shelf, first rank of the shelf, and the most, whatever, I mean, different stores have different height on the shelves. Whatever is on top of the shelf and whatever is in the bottom of the shelf, that's where the money is. Whatever is in your eye level, I mean, it doesn't mean you should not, but I'm just saying, when I'm in a store, up and down, here I'll do later. Another one.
That's a great tip. That's a really good strategy. Yeah. Because all of the most popular name brand items are right there at eye level. That's the stuff that everyone can get access to, and the price range is going to be pretty tight. There's not a lot of profit margin there. Look up, look down. Good stuff. I don't think we've ever had that tip before on this show. That's good.
That's what I do. I actually, most of the time, especially those high ones, I actually get the store people to help me bring them down. Sometimes I just want to bring it down so that I can scan it. I mean, I can check it and put it back if it's not profitable. In the bottom, I will be on my knees. You find the store workers, the one, oh, sorry, we can help you. I say, it's okay, I got it. Because I'm on my knee all the time.
That's great. You're just walking around in the store with your knee pads on, just checking the bottom shelf, man. That's right.
And yeah, so those are your strategy as well you can do. So when you are, let's say you are doing online. Online, I know most people go to deal of the day or you go to clearance. I used to. Today, I do not go to those sections at all. I'm not saying somebody should not go. Should I see, meaning it's on my face, like, hey, sale, here it is. Yes, I do not go in the store, go into that section like I am walking straight up to a clearance sale. I don't do it anymore. I used to do it in the beginning. It was great, but today, no. I want something I can buy today, buy it tomorrow, buy it forever. That's where I want to be. In another word, REPLENS.
That's right. REPLENS. Exactly. So you can go buy products at full price and not have to wait on sales or clearance.
Yeah.
That's a constant theme around here lately. That's a viable, scalable business. That's when you can give your daughter a shopping list and she just goes shopping. She has music in her ears. She can dance down the aisle and say, what's next on the list? And she's just pulling money off the shelf. She's not out there scanning in the clearance aisle trying to make good decisions for her business, right? Yeah. It's just a shopping list. You don't need a sale. Beautiful. That's what REPLENS are. That's very well put. Yeah, that's what, and that's what gets you excited. You stay away from the clearance stuff. That's good.
I mean, if it's in front of me, like, let's say here it is. It's not like I'm looking for it. I mean, I'm a
sure,
business.
Why not?
I would take it. Why not? But I do not go in a store looking for it.
Mm-hmm.
Because you put your heart on it and then tomorrow you get disappointed because it's sold out and you can't find it anymore. Or it's back to the regular price and then what? So stuff like that. So those are the few tricks and a few tips. But the main tips is very much just working and working more and working some more. There is no any other way around it. We are taught, the skills have been taught to everybody. What will make a difference between what I'm doing and what the next person is doing just is how much you're willing to work. Very much that's where the difference comes.
That's so true. Yeah. There's anything worth having requires work. And the harder you work it, the faster those results are going to come. And you've certainly been a great example of that. I think the difference between you and possibly some other people who haven't achieved at the level you have is just how much time have you put into your business? How much time have you worked it? If you want to have a $500,000 business, you're going to have to do a $500,000 effort. And that's what you've been doing. And so
Yeah,
it's
he does not
congratulations on that.
come. Yeah, he does not come by just learning. Like, I mean, I do have a lot of friends within our Facebook group community who have become friends. We are actually we have a lot of talk on like private messages, and we call each other and we discuss and so forth. And you find they've been around for a couple of, they've been around before me, and yet I get higher result. And they go like, "How do you do it?" And when I talk to them, I have no advice to give. They know what I know, and most of them actually know more. And the only advice at the end when we finish to talk is just, you just need to work a little bit more. No, you just, oh yeah, see, I just have to work more. That's the key. I know we have different drive inside that drives us to do certain things, but try to find it within you to get it out. Cut idle time like watching TV or whatever else. Try to find a way to put time into the business. That's where the result is. Especially in the beginning, you really need to put more time. So
Yeah.
those are the things I normally tell. And
We call it that a period of intense focused effort. It's not
yes, so
sustainable. You can't do it for years and years and years, but you certainly can do
yeah,
it for several months. You can cut out a few of those entertainment hobbies and build something.
yeah,
It's a choice you got to make. We don't do a whole lot of mindset training on this podcast, but it is a matter of mindset. And I think you just point out, we kind of blew past it, but it's a great tip, is surround yourself with other people who have common similar goals, heading in a similar direction, and you can spur each other on. Nobody wants to be the person who's least committed in your mastermind group, right?
right,
So
right.
you're going to find yourself spurred forward as a result of being in a group of other people who are trying to
Mhm.
do things, and everyone's spurred forward. It's a human nature dynamic that you'll see when you get into a group like that. So that's a great tip too. And you don't have to wait on us to help you find a mastermind. Jump into our community, find some people that you resonate with, and get going. Jump on Zoom like Oscar and I are here today, right now. Zoom is a great tool, and go for it.
But I mean, if you check with all the I'm a student, a coaching student, but yet I am in Legend Group, I am in Replen Group, I am everywhere. My purpose of jumping in all those places, it has one purpose: I want to learn more. And the
That's
only
right.
way to learn more, I need to hang out where these guys are hanging out. I mean, within the team, there is people who are pulling $1 million sales a month. Well, I need to be on their feet learning. With my little 50 and 60, 70 a month, oh, well, great. Well, this guy's pulling $1 million. So I need to be on his feet to say, what are you learning? How? Sometimes I don't call them, I don't text them. I just, whatever they are involved, I make sure that I'm there so that I can listen.
Mm,
I can pick one or two things to learn, to add to my arsenals. And that's how you get growing.
that's fantastic. I love it, Oscar. You're an inspiration, man. I can't wait to see what God's got next for you in this community and as a leader. I love working with you. We've had some great offline conversations, and you've just, like I said, just an infectious, and I believe it's a God breathed joy and energy. And it's always a pleasure to hang out with you, man. It's always just such a good time. I feel uplifted and strengthened by you, buddy. So I think I'm going to wrap it up here, though, and
Mhm,
we'll have you back again soon
mhm.
once you hit that next level, because I think you're going to be building out some systems, and then nothing, the sky's the limit. At some point, you're not going to be able to afford to work for your employer at some point, and it's just going to be all e-commerce. That might be a while out. I don't know. I mean, you seem capable of continuing to do quite a bit, man. You can never cease to amaze. Uh,
My intent, obviously, the plan is for this year, 2020. I know for sure I will hit $1 million sales by. I mean, $1 million this year, 2020. I will finish this year with $1 million. I know I'm almost to that cap, but I will open up a little bit from now, moving forward, so that I can hit $1 million, which is really, it's not far. It's not far.
yeah,
If I've already got from zero to here, to get to $1 million is not as difficult as from 0 to 500. So
that's right. That's right. And plus, we've got the best half of the year coming at us very quickly for online shopping, e-commerce. Q4, Christmas season's coming, and that's just going to be crazy this year. Awesome. Well, God
That's
bless
the
you,
plan.
Oscar, and all the listeners hanging out there with us today. This was a great episode. I hope you were as encouraged as I was today, hanging out with my good buddy, Oscar Matumbo. He is just a ball of energy and excitement, and I'm so honored that he's stepped into a new role in our community as a moderator and a leader. Just bright days ahead for you, my friend, and for the listeners as well. God bless you listening to this show
Bless
today.
you too.
We know that's our source, man. Oscar and I could talk for an hour without God fueling you and pushing you forward, and it can be all futile. It's you're building something that won't stand, and so we rely very heavily on that, and we enjoy those conversations where we encourage and spur each other forward. So when we say God bless you, we mean it. Because this is truly a blessing to be able to be home with our families and to build businesses from home. It's just incredible. So,
But I mean, to your point,
go
Jim,
ahead, Oscar.
to your point,
Yeah,
above and behind everything or the result we are getting, there is also a God behind it that um, is working behind. The Bible says that God gives us the ability to create wealth. So the ability or the result we are seeing, yes, I do my part. Yes, I take classes. Yes, and so forth. But
that's right.
above all, there is God's grace upon what we are doing too. So not forget to put that in prayer. Put your business in prayer. Put your partners in prayer. Put Jim in prayer. Put everybody in this community in prayer. The purpose of that is that God to bless his people so that his people can become a blessing to others. So that is also another strategy that is above all other strategies.
Yes.
Prayer.
We're blessed so that we can bless. Well said, my friend. A good place to end as well. For the business building warriors out there, we're in your corner. We're going to have another episode real soon. We'll have Oscar back again real soon to get another update. We love doing this. We're so glad that you spent some time with us today. Don't forget to visit silentgym.com. We'll put all the links and resources that we mentioned today on there. And we'll talk to you again with a new episode again real soon.